It may come as a surprise that reheating certain foods can discreetly harm your health, particularly as you age. Such practices can impair digestion, heighten inflammation, and even impact memory and balance without one's awareness. These concerns are supported by research published in journals such as the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, which have explored the long-term effects of reheated food on older adults. While reheating leftovers might initially appear innocuous, some commonly eaten foods lose crucial nutrients or transform into substances that strain vital systems, including the heart, blood sugar regulation, and joint systems essential for maintaining strength and independence after the age of 68. This article will highlight 3 foods older adults should avoid reheating, as well as 3 that, when properly warmed, can actually become healthier. Furthermore, it will reveal 1 seemingly innocuous everyday food that, when consumed as a reheated leftover, may gradually undermine your health. Let us begin by examining those foods which, when reheated, can enhance energy, memory, and mobility. 3. Foods older adults should reheat to maximize nutritional benefits. 1. Oatmeal. A gentle start for mind and digestion for those entering later years. Mornings offer a peaceful opportunity for renewal, and few foods suit this gentle beginning better than a warm bowl of oatmeal. Surprisingly, reheating oatmeal does not diminish its value. On the contrary, it can amplify its benefits, especially for the older body seeking nourishment without strain. Upon cooking and subsequent cooling, oats undergo a transformation that produces resistant starch, a form of carbohydrate that resists digestion in the small intestine. When reheated, this resistant starch remains intact and serves as nourishment for beneficial gut bacteria, strengthening digestion, enhancing blood sugar regulation, and lowering inflammation throughout the body. This is of particular relevance for individuals over 60 who often experience slower digestion and greater blood sugar fluctuations. Reheated oatmeal provides a steady source of low glycemic energy, preventing abrupt sugar spikes and promoting sustained energy, satiety, and mental focus. Furthermore, oatmeal contains beta-glucan, a soluble fiber acclaimed for its ability to lower LDL, or bad cholesterol, a key consideration for those at risk of cardiovascular disease. Unlike many breakfast options filled with added sugars or unhealthy fats, oatmeal is gentle on the digestion, versatile, and easily enhanced with nutritious additions such as cinnamon, walnuts, or blueberries, which contribute valuable antioxidants, natural defenses against cellular aging. The warmth of reheated oatmeal is not merely physically comforting, it is emotionally stabilizing, providing a familiar and easily digestible anchor on colder days or when energy wanes. It represents a simple yet profound act of self-care. It is important to note, however, that not all reheated foods offer such advantages. 2. Vegetable soup. Nourishment for joints, immunity, and the soul. During the quieter moments of the afternoon, as fatigue mounts and daylight softens, a bowl of vegetable soup can prove deeply restorative. More than comfort food, it is a vessel of ancestral wisdom, and particularly for older adults, a means of restoring nutrients that often become more bioavailable with time. When robust vegetables such as carrots, celery, onions, leafy greens, and sweet potatoes are slow cooked and then cooled, their cell walls break down, eventually releasing vital minerals and plant compounds upon reheating. The broth that results is enriched in antioxidants, phytonutrients, and hydration, all of which are crucial as immunity naturally declines with age, rendering the body more prone to inflammation, infections, and joint stiffness. Reheated vegetable soup, particularly when infused with healing herbs such as garlic, turmeric, or parsley, can ease these vulnerabilities by promoting circulation, reducing inflammation, and gently warming the body. For those with diminished appetite, soup offers a palatable and easily digestible means of maintaining strength, hydration, and nutritional intake. There is also an emotional aspect to consider. A carefully prepared and reheated soup evokes memories of family and simpler times, embodying nourishment and self-care in its most rudimentary form. For those with high blood pressure, arthritis, or sensitive digestion, vegetable soup also presents an opportunity to incorporate restorative herbs and vegetables without resorting to harsh spices or rich fats. 3. Brown rice, a steadfast source of strength, heart health, and longevity. Simple foods often hold the greatest wisdom, as is the case with brown rice. This modest grain can provide a substantial foundation of strength when gently reheated, supporting each heartbeat and movement. Unlike white rice, brown rice retains its bran and germ, which are rich in fiber, B vitamins, magnesium, and selenium, nutrients especially crucial for older adults. When cooled after cooking, brown rice, like oatmeal, develops resistant starch. Proper reheating, gentle steaming or warming with a little water, ensures these carbohydrates are gentle on digestion, releasing energy steadily and safeguarding the body from erratic blood sugar fluctuations. For those managing type 2 diabetes, heart disease, or impaired digestion, reheated brown rice promotes stable energy and supports the gut microbiota, essential for immunity and the regulation of inflammation. With its high magnesium content, brown rice aids nerve function, blood pressure regulation, and muscle relaxation, making it particularly valuable in preventing nocturnal muscle cramps and restlessness. Emotionally, brown rice offers comfort. The act of reheating it is not merely about convenience, but also about maintaining a nurturing rhythm in daily life. Its versatility makes it easy to combine with vegetables, lentils, or healthy oils, producing a deeply satisfying and easily digestible meal, a staple well suited to the evolving needs of aging individuals. 3 foods. Older adults should never reheat uncooked mushrooms, a concealed hazard. Mushrooms, rich in antioxidants and easily digested when fresh, can become problematic when reheated. Their complex proteins benefit the digestive process when first cooked, but when cooled and subjected to reheating, these proteins are altered into forms that are more difficult for the aging digestive system to process, potentially causing discomfort and nausea. A significant risk arises from improper storage. Mushrooms left at ambient temperature can foster the growth of harmful bacteria, such as Clostridium botulinum or Listeria. Such bacteria may not cause immediate noticeable symptoms, but can subtly undermine digestive and nervous health, leading to persistent fatigue, indigestion, or reduced immunity. Moreover, reheating diminishes the nutritional value of mushrooms. Their protective antioxidants degrade, reducing their capacity to defend against inflammation and oxidative stress. Therefore, while mushrooms are best enjoyed freshly cooked, reheating them can prove detrimental, especially for those intent on preserving their health and mobility. 2. Eggs. From nourishment to harm. Eggs are widely considered a nutritious staple, especially for their high-quality protein, choline, and vitamin D, which are vital to brain and bone health in later life. However, when eggs are reheated, they undergo unfavorable transformations. Initially, cooked eggs are digestible and nourishing, but upon cooling, their proteins begin to denature further during reheating, making them more challenging to digest for those with reduced digestive function. In addition, reheating eggs fried or scrambled with oils may oxidize fats and cholesterol, leading to the production of substances that encourage inflammation and arterial damage. These risks are particularly significant for those managing high cholesterol or cardiovascular issues. The consequences may not be immediately apparent, manifesting instead as persistent indigestion, lethargy, or cognitive sluggishness. Over time, these effects can accumulate, weakening digestion and contributing to chronic inflammation and elevated cholesterol. Therefore, the most prudent approach is to consume eggs freshly prepared, particularly by boiling or poaching, and to avoid keeping them as leftovers. 3. White potatoes, a subtle betrayal. White potatoes, deeply rooted in traditional home cooking, pose a particular risk when reheated. Even when freshly cooked, they possess a high glycemic index, leading to rapid blood sugar increases. When cooked, cooled, and reheated, especially with the addition of butter, oil, or cream, their starch structure alters in ways that can further exacerbate insulin resistance and trigger inflammatory reactions affecting the vascular and nervous systems and even cognitive function. The problem is exacerbated by the body's reduced sensitivity to blood sugar fluctuations. With age, reheated potatoes can prompt post-meal fatigue, numbness, and chronic inflammation, all of which are associated with joint stiffness and cognitive decline. Additionally, reheating potatoes in plastic containers exposes them to chemicals such as BPA, which are linked to hormonal and cardiovascular disturbances. Unlike more colorful root vegetables, such as sweet potatoes, white potatoes provide minimal protective antioxidants. The apparent comfort of reheated potatoes thus comes at a substantial cost, subtly but steadily impairing well-being. Conclusion: reclaiming health through informed choices. It is clear that not every leftover warrants a second chance. For older adults, the choice of what to reheat can profoundly influence health, energy, and independence. Opting for foods that become more beneficial upon reheating, such as oatmeal, vegetable soup, and brown rice, prepares the body for resilience, while avoiding reheating eggs, mushrooms, and white potatoes guards against unnecessary health setbacks. Aging well arises from the consistent, mindful choices, such as thoughtfully managing leftovers and honoring the body's evolving needs. Selecting the appropriate foods to reheat sends a message of self-care and encouragement, whereas relinquishing unhelpful habits promotes lasting comfort and autonomy. Ultimately, each meal presents an opportunity. Reheat with intention and approach this chapter of life with the quiet strength derived from experience rather than impulsiveness. Every warm meal is not merely comfort, but a deliberate choice, a step towards safeguarding your future. Reflect on these lessons and consider how you might apply them in your daily life. Your insights and feedback are valued and contribute to a supportive community dedicated to advancing health and well-being in later years.